everyone. Thank you so much for joining this evening for Chocolate and Wine Pairing presented by Wanda Haynes, CS. My name is Julie. I'm the Programming and Events Manager for Stark Library, and I'm so glad you were able to join us for this special event. Wanda is known across the country for her knowledge about wine. She is a CS, which I learned this evening stands for Certified Sommelier. And she is on Instagram if you would like to follow her. She is at Classy Wine Art. It's all one word, Classy Wine Art. You can follow her, and she posts pictures and videos all about wine and chocolate and all things yummy. She also is on a local TV station in Wadsworth on WCTV. Her show is called Wine with Wanda. And continuing with that theme, she also is the proud author of a book called Wine with Wanda Photography, which we do have on our shelf. There she's showing you a picture of it. We do have on our shelf at Stark Library. Just search for Wine with Wanda Photography, and you can check that out at any one of our branches if you're interested. So thanks again for being here, Wanda. We are honored to have you, and I will turn it over to you.
Thanks, Julie. It's wonderful to be here with you. So we're approaching Valentine's Day soon and very soon. And it isn't just for married couples or people that are madly in love. It's for everyone. It's about love and chocolate and flowers, candy, and definitely wine. So let's start off by saying that I love wine. I'm a wine lover first and foremost. I'm also in love with chocolate, and I happen to be a chocolate connoisseur from a very young girl. I had a great-grandmother and the privilege of knowing my great-grandmother. She loved chocolate as well. She was also a woman of means. She was very well-to-do during my childhood, and she often had these beautiful bonbons. They were covered in pink, and they were coconut, and I love them. And if you said really terrific things to her and were respectful of her, she would give you some. So I love great-grandmother and her pink bonbons. So let's start out by talking about wine. Dessert wines, low tannin red wines, and then we'll move on to the chocolate, okay? So first I'd like to tell you about a beautiful wine. This bottle is empty because I drank it. It is a late harvest Torrontés from Argentina by a woman named Susanna Balba. And here it is right here. It's empty. A Torrontés grape is a dry, fragrant white grape. But when it's left on the vine longer than what it needs to be, it becomes withered and sweet like 5.0. So it isn't as sweet as an ice wine, but it is sweet. And this is a 500 milliliter bottle, which is smaller than the regular 750 milliliter bottle. Often dessert wines and sweeter wines are in these more diminutive size bottles. So this is a late harvest Torrontés, which is very, very nice with white chocolate or ruby chocolate, which we will get into shortly. Another wine that I have is, you'll see the color is amazing. This is an old bottle of wine. This bottle, I believe, is from 2012. It's a decade old, and it is from France. Also, the 500 milliliter bottle. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dessert wine. It's called Les Pins. And it is from France. It has late harvest Sauvignon Blanc as a part of it, and it is absolutely delicious. And it's probably around $25 per bottle. I purchased mine from wine.com, but I'm sure you can find it in other places. Here is an orange wine. Now, some of my students remember we talked about orange wine being a white wine, more than likely a Chardonnay, or a Riesling, or a Gewürztraminer that has been aged with the skins. Well, when you do that, then you receive an orange wine. This one is from California, and I don't drink a lot of domestic wines, but this wine is fabulous, and you can see that it's actually orange. Isn't it pretty? It's in a small half bottle. This is 375 milliliters. In fluid ounces, you're probably around 12 and a half ounces, maybe 12.62 ounces. So you'll get a couple of glasses. It's a twist off cap. It smells just like orange blossoms, and it tastes like candied orange rinds and lavender and jasmine. And it's lovely. And it comes in a full bottle as well, but I happen to have the half bottle. Hey guys, you're going to be seeing a lot of half bottles more frequently. Well, the wine industry took notice. We aren't entertaining the way we used to before the pandemic. We aren't spending as much. And we aren't having as many people at gatherings as we used to. So henceforth, the half bottle. It's literally a half bottle. And if you're having people over, you don't want them to drink too much at your house because you don't want them getting inebriated on your dime and on your time. And you don't want to spend the funds. If you haven't tasted a wine, you want to taste it and try it out. The half bottle is terrific. You're going to see a lot more of them on the store shelves. They take up less space and they're also half the price. Okay. So anyway, that is called Essentia. It is from a company called Quady, and it is from California. It's easily found. Okay. So now let's talk about some of the red wines that would be beautiful with, this is a beautiful wine. This is unopened, another half bottle, right? It's from Italy. It is a Brachetto. The name of the company is Pineto, Pineto. It's sparkling. It's just a shimmer. It's not a full sparkling like a champagne or a Prosecco. You see that all right? This is a red wine. It's a red sparkling wine. It's nicely sweet. It isn't like, it's nicely sweet. And I think this bottle was around $10 or so. And this comes in a full bottle as well. But the cute little half bottles, they're very charming. They really look terrific in gift baskets because they fit so neatly. Just tuck them in a little gift basket. Yeah. And here's something I want to tell you about as well. Dark chocolates. Dark chocolates pair well with a drier red wine. However, be careful with that. It pairs with a red wine that has low tannins, like a Zinfandel or a Pinot Noir. I have a friend who pronounces it the way it should be pronounced, Pinot Noir. That's the correct pronunciation. But this one is from Oregon. Here's the thing. I only drink the ones from Oregon on lately. They're amazing. They've really stepped up their game. They are beautifully done. They're well done. The prices are still okay, but don't expect to nickel and dime them because they have raised their prices. This one is from Bethel Heights in the Willamette Valley of Oregon, and it's a Pinot Noir 100%. I don't drink a lot of blends. I don't suggest new wine drinkers drink a lot of blends. It's best to learn what a Pinot Noir tastes like before you start mixing it with another wine. That way your palate is trained, educated, and more sophisticated, right? Half bottle again, but this does come in a full bottle. This is a 2016. I don't like real young red wines. I try to put at least 4 years on a red wine. And so this one, and I don't usually buy the same wine over and over because I'm always tasting. I buy this one over and over. This half bottle is probably around $20. They do sell it in a full bottle. This will pair well with milk chocolate, but especially dark chocolate, like the 72% cacao, the 80% cacao. And it goes all the way up to 100% cacao where there's no sugar added. So if you're watching your blood sugar, watching your weight, your calorie intake, you'll want to go with the higher percentage of the cacao because there's less sugar with the higher percentage rated, okay? So a Pinot Noir is very low in tannins. So is a Zinfandel. Zinfandel is a little bit more fruitier than a Pinot Noir, but they do pair well with dark chocolates. Here's another wine for dark chocolates. And it's my last wine I'll show you. This is called Chocolate Shop, the name of it. It's a chocolate flavored red wine. It is not sparkling. It's still, that's what still means, non-sparkling. Okay, and this wine is infused with chocolate liqueur, and it tastes a lot like chocolate. It's very, very nice. I believe it's a Merlot fused with the chocolate liqueur. It will pair well with a dark chocolate. Let's talk about chocolate. I will start out with inexpensive and work my way up to OMG price chocolate. So I have a chocolate that's easily found at Walmart or Target or Bueller's, Acme, maybe even Rite Aid, and it's an organic Hershey's. Now, these are beautiful for the price point. They're around $2.50 per bar, depending on where you purchase them. This is from Walmart. I believe it was definitely under $2. This is the milk version. I like them when they are able to be broken into sections. You can maybe drop a section into your coffee or hot chocolate, or you're watching your calories and you just want to have a little bit. I believe the entire bar is around 260 calories, maybe. I'm not 260. Yep, I was correct. But they are organic. They taste nothing like the original Hershey bar, nothing. It's a simple candy bar, certainly. Hershey's is not a gourmet brand, but it is delicious. It tastes just like fresh milk and vanilla. Very, very nice. I'm telling you now, there's nothing like the original Hershey's. This is an elevated grown-up version of a Hershey's bar. Okay, and it also comes in dark. Here's the dark chocolate as well. It comes in a dark as well, and they are very nice. Check the dates. Make sure you check the dates on them, okay? Because this is a grocery store. They are having employee shortages, so make sure you check the back where the QVC code is, the barcode. You can check the date that way to make sure it's not expired. But they are very, very nice, and it's a very simple pleasure, a very inexpensive pleasure, but they are organic. There are lots of organic chocolate bars. But I really do like these. Like I said, they're simple, they're inexpensive, and they're easily found. They make a terrific gift for grandkids or your neighbor's kids or whatever. But yeah, organic Hershey bars. Let's talk about another bar. I cannot wait to tell you about it. Julie, the host, was telling me that she recently was turned on to Ruby chocolate. It's mind blowing. It will blow your mind. So this is not a dyed candy. This is naturally pink cacao. It's grown that way, and it's naturally pink. It tastes like strawberries, blueberries, mulberries, strawberries, and raspberries, and chocolate. Literally, that's the taste. I mean, the berry flavor is overwhelming, and they're awful pretty, aren't they? I love that shade of pink. They are from Belgium. They're Belgian chocolates, which is very rich and very creamy and very nice. This one is sponsored. It is from a company called Amy's Candy Bar in Chicago, Illinois, and she makes incredible chocolates. So here's your Ruby chocolate. Ta-da! Check out the back, everybody. This one has dried strawberries, vanilla, milk chocolate, white chocolate balls, and crushed dried raspberries. Okay. I believe you can buy these on her website. They're not expensive. At least this brand is. There are a couple brands that are. I think these are under $7. Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on it later. Also from Amy's Candy Bar. You think you've had turtles? Oh no, you have not. Amy's makes the best turtle you've ever had, hands down. It is fashioned with cashews. Here is the milk chocolate version. Isn't that big? That's a huge turtle, like a Galapagos Island turtle, right? With cashews that are not salted, but there is a sprinkling of sea salt on top of the chocolate. Okay, and the caramel is handmade by Amy, and all you taste is cream and butter. These are amazing. Here's the dark chocolate version. And her chocolates are priced to move. They're not absorbent price chocolates. And I don't know her shipping price. These were sponsored from Amy's Candy Bar, but everything she does is reasonable and within reason, if you know what I mean. So those are her turtles. She also sent over a box of pralines. And some of the people aren't familiar the difference between a praline and a truffle bonbon. I'll tell you the difference. The bonbons generally have some type of fruit in them, or maybe coconuts, or a liquid caramel type application. And the turtles, what I just showed you, are nuts and caramel and chocolate. These are pralines. Pralines definitely have some type of crushed nut in them. And these are hazelnut pralines. As you can see, there are 5 in here. They are from Amy's. They came in a beautiful bow, which I just ripped off. I was going to show them to you, but I think I can get them out. Here we go. They're absolutely stunning. I have not eaten them yet, but just wait and see. But again, just very nice customer service. They're out of Chicago, Illinois, and the prices are reasonable. Okay, so that's Amy's. There's another chocolate I want to tell you about that is from California. Marilyn Monroe, who was also a blonde bombshell like Julie there, she used to go in and purchase chocolate-covered strawberries from Comparte's Chocolate in California. They have a chocolate named after her. It's called the Bombshell. But Comparte's Chocolate, this is one of their bars. The packaging is very, very stunning. This one is called Cereal Bowl. It's white chocolate, 36% cocoa butter. So a white chocolate is only a white chocolate if it's at least 32% cocoa butter. Other than that, you're buying what they're calling now white cream. You see that term. It's pretty much just frosting. So if you want to spend the money and get a real white chocolate, and it doesn't have it isn't chocolate like we think. It's more of a chocolate type product. But this is loaded with all kinds of cereal. You name a cereal, it's in this bar. And it is very, very, very nice. And this is also sponsored. But Comparte's chocolate, go to their website. But they have lots and lots of bars. I don't recommend the donut and coffee one. You think it's going to be great, but it really isn't that great. But this is the one called Cereal Bowl. It has every cereal name to mankind, including Corn Flakes and Cheerios. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these are somewhat affordable, but they are nice if you check out the bars. That's Comparte's. Now, I also have a chocolate from a grocery store that maybe you all have seen. It's overlooked. I wish it weren't. Always check the dates with grocery store chocolates. This is Ferrero. This is the Ferrero chocolate. The Rocher, the Ferrero Rocher. Rocher means rock, because they look like little rocks. They're covered in crunchy nuts. This version has a dark chocolate on top, the classic milk in the center, and the bottom is a white chocolate infused with coconut. They're fabulous. This pack is only around $5 or $6. It's elegantly packaged, as you can see. Now, these chocolates, some of the wines I showed would be beautiful with that. The orange wine would pair up with all three of these. The orange made from the Muscat grape. And the white would be really well with that late harvest Torrontés. And the dark would be stunningly terrific with the Pinot Noir. But this is only around $5. I think this is from Walmart, but these are lovely. Don't overlook these. These are not junk chocolates. These are really nicely made chocolates. Yeah. And so here's another chocolate that's also overlooked quite a bit. But I will tell you, don't be foolish. This chocolate is amazing. I only see them around Mother's Day, the holidays like Christmas, Valentine's Day, and I think Easter. They're called Merci, which is French for thanks. Okay, here's the back. You get around 2 or 3 for about 140 calories. So they aren't horrible if you don't go too crazy. But look how it opens. This is how it opens. Just like that from the front. Here are the chocolates. There are lots of flavors. They're all absolutely scrumptious. These are always overlooked. I think this package is around $7. So I think you get 20 pieces. That's a really good deal. They are very glossy, as a fine chocolate should be when it's tempered correctly. Here's a dark chocolate. You can see through the cellophane that it's very, very shiny and tempered correctly. They should be tempered correctly. But Merci chocolates are very nice. They come in different sizes. Like I said, this one I think is around $7, and it makes a really good Valentine to give. Isn't that a treasure? Don't you all love that? That's so charming. And I'm going to have a lot of fun with these after the Zoom chat because it's one of my favorite inexpensive brands. Now that we're finished with inexpensive, we'll talk about the Sex and the City chocolates. The Sex and the City chocolates are La Maison au Chocolat. They are from France, and they're ridiculously expensive. Here's a box of what they call the jester. Like, say someone did you a quick favor, or your hairdresser, you go, here you are, darling, I gave you a little jester of fine chocolate from La Maison. This is a jester. Here's what it looks like. They have their expiration dates on the back, and I will show you what's inside. They sent me several. The other ones are all eaten, but there are 2 pieces inside, one milk, one dark. Their chocolates are absolutely delicious. They actually transport you somewhere else. They're that fine. Unfortunately, so's the price tag. They're around $4.50 per chocolate. So FYI, if you're looking to do something impressive or simply throw some money away or just have a wild time spoiling yourself, I'm a single girl. I believe in single women taking care of their own desires, their needs, and their happiness. I am a modern woman in that sense. I love a happily married couple. I don't know how you all are pulling that off, but I do appreciate a married couple. But I really do pride myself with the single girls and taking care of your needs. But this box is their Valentine's Day box. It's a little dark for Valentine's Day, isn't it? This is how it's unboxed. There are 4 chocolates in the package. Hope you can see them okay. One of them is shaped like a heart. Again, they're around $4.50 per piece, plus tax and shipping. So do the math on their chocolates. And this is a smaller sponsored box. But they do come in this along with, I think you can buy 32 pieces, 18 pieces, on and on and on and on and on. Until you are bankrupt. But they are really, really delicious. I personally do not mind expensive items. I don't shy away from expensive items. And I don't mind paying for expensive, extravagant chocolate items. But I will say the pieces are too small. That's not to criticize the company. Everyone's doing their own thing. Thank you, La Maison. This is the Sex and the City chocolate. This is where the girls go to eat their chocolate. They buy their chocolate cake, their macarons, and this is where they eat their chocolate. Also, and just like that, their new series. But anyway, yeah, this is the Sex and the City chocolate, La Maison. So there you have it. I have a wine glass here with me tonight. I go over a little wine etiquette for you. So this is a Mickey Mouse wine glass. Can you see that? Okay, I don't like a glass that hides the wine, but you can see the back of it. It's clear. You can see the wine. These are from a company called Joy Jolt. They are lead-free crystal. They're hand-blown, so don't let the Mickey fool you. These glasses are very, very charming, and they're very well made. Joy Jolt makes these. They sent these as a gift to me. They do sponsor the wine glasses for my brand, but these are stunning. I love these. They come in lots of different styles. They come in regular drinking glasses, shot glasses, white wine glasses, champagne glasses. This is the red wine version. It's huge. But anyway, when you're drinking wine and eating chocolate, you have the chocolate in your mouth. And if you're eating a good chocolate, all the ones I showed you are good chocolates, even the $2 bars. It starts to melt, at least it should, immediately on your palate. Well, that's a good time to take a sip of your wine. When they mingle with the wine and the chocolate together, it creates a moment and experience that's different from the wine and the chocolate. It's very beautiful, actually. And it lingers down your throat and you get that beautiful sensation. Well, when you drink from your glass and you're like me and you have on makeup, and I always wear makeup and plenty of it, drink from only one side of your glass. You don't drink around the glass like that, because then you have a rosy, a merry-go-round of lipstick stains. It's not attractive, girls, and it's not terrific etiquette. And when you turn that glass in to the dishwasher who makes $10 an hour on his feet all day, he didn't sign up for that. So take a napkin very discreetly and ladylike and just kind of maybe dabble away a little bit of it every so often, especially before you turn it in. That way your hostess or the dishwasher isn't fighting your Maybelline and or Chanel. So you take a sip, after you've swirled and smelled your wine, you take a sip. And it just swallows it down with that melted chocolate. It is absolutely divine. I do see videos where people are critiquing chocolate. Most of them aren't aware of what they're talking about, but to make it worse, they lick their finger after they taste the chocolate. I am horrified to see that. Now, when you're at home in your PJs with the radio on and the cat and everything, you can lick your fingers after eating whatever you like. But when you're in the public eye or at a party or at a tasting or on national television, you simply get an old-fashioned paper napkin and you just wipe your fingers, because when you touch the chocolate, good chocolate, you will get the chocolate on your fingers because it starts to melt the minute you touch it. Not a lot, but it will be on your fingers, and that's fine. You just simply wipe your finger discreetly, maybe wipe the lipstick slightly, and then you go back to drinking your wine. This is just bottled water. But watch your manners in public with the chocolates. We don't lick fingers in public when we eat chocolates like that. We just wipe our fingers on a napkin. But I do love the etiquette of wine. I love the etiquette of chocolate. Make sure you try new chocolates. Don't hesitate to try them because you get a sense of what they're like that way. I try to give everybody a sense of something inexpensive all the way up to Sex and the City chocolate. But I have eaten most chocolates. There's only a couple I haven't eaten, and I'm going to make sure that that happens in March. But you name a chocolate, I've pretty much had it. I like it to be my business to know all of the chocolates. So yeah, I like sharing that knowledge. It's a very specific type of knowledge, would you say, Julie? To know the chocolates like that. But I think they're a marvelous way to treat yourself and to treat others. And it really is an art form because some of those chocolatiers go back way back. There's another brand to think of, Neuhaus. I don't have any of them here with me, and I'm sorry for that. Neuhaus, it's spelled not quite like it sounds, but it's a Belgian chocolate. They make pralines, truffles, bonbons. You can go to their website, but they make a beautiful Belgian chocolate. Make sure you try those. And what's really terrific about them is they make a chocolate set for wine tasting. You heard me. They make another set just for sparkling wine and a third set for coffee. I think that's incredible. And they're all absolutely delicious. And they're priced, well, OMG, but you can go with a smaller section or put a few nickels together with a girlfriend and buy a box. You don't want to get these chocolates and be left alone with them. You will never stop eating them. But yeah, do you have any questions at all about any of the chocolates, wine etiquette, wine?
So you talked about the wines that you shared were all dessert wines. I'm not a wine drinker, so I'm not up on all things wine, but can you just briefly describe what's the difference between the dessert wine and why does that pair well with chocolate? Because it sounds like those are super sweet wines.
Well, the wines that I talked about that were dry red were the Pinot Noir. That's not a dessert wine, but it will pair with dark chocolate and milk chocolate beautifully because of the low tannins. Zinfandel, which is a dry red wine, single varietal. California and Lodi has the best ones. It's a dry red wine, but it's very fruit forward on the palate and low in tannins. It pairs beautifully with dark chocolate and it pairs beautifully with some milk chocolates, okay? The dessert wines have a higher sugar index, more residual sugar, which is in comparison beautifully with the chocolates, because the chocolates are sweet unless you go with the 80% cacao, 100% cacao. If you go with the higher cacao percentages, you're going to get less and less and less sugar. So if you're watching your blood sugar, watching your weight, you want to go with maybe like a 78 or 80 or even 100% cacao. The 100% cacao has no sugar added and the 80% has just a little bit, but they pair beautiful with the Zinfandel. The dessert wines are simply sweeter. They're much, much, much sweeter. They have a sugar index much higher, and therefore they are categorized as a dessert wine. A dessert wine is a category, just like you would have a white wine or a red wine. The dessert wines are a category. Sherry, Amontillado, those are also sweet wines. So sherry, ports like the ruby port, the tawny ports, they're also sweet wines. They also pair well with the dark chocolates. I know they do have chocolate pairings at Gervasi, and Gervasi does a great job of what they do. They're the nicest Ohio winery in the state of Ohio. They do such a bang-up job with hotels and bistros. Oh my gosh, I love it out there. The Twisted Olive has a lake that's like the Aegean Sea blue. I love it out there. I only go now in the summer when you can eat outdoors because I don't really want to be inside much anymore. But I will say Gervasi only uses Gervasi wines. So you're only going to get the opinion from the Gervasi wine. So that's a little bit of a hindrance with their wine and chocolate pairings. And I believe they think the Cabernet Sauvignon goes with chocolate. I do not. I disagree with any sommelier or master of wine who thinks that. They're too high in tannins. The Cabernet Sauvignon is very high in tannins. And I believe it fights against the chocolates. I don't think it's a good pairing at all. The lower tannin reds are the Zinfandel and the Pinot Noir. So that answer your question too? Okay.
It does. Yeah. Thank you. So what is your go-to? You've had a long day. You just want to sit back and relax. Like what combination is kind of your go-to combination?
You mean for chocolate and wine?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
I
a
happen
favorite?
to love, I love European chocolates, and I like them generally much more. Not all the time, but more than likely. They've been doing things longer than us. They're more sophisticated as a region, as a country. They make beautiful chocolates of the Neuhaus, the Merci, which are affordable. Definitely those type of chocolates. Hotel Chocolat, which is in New York. I don't have any this evening. I also like the ones I showed, La Maison. I happen to love those with a Zinfandel or a Pinot Noir. I do drink sweet wines. A lot of wine professionals don't like sweet wines, or at least they say they don't because maybe they think they shouldn't like them. I happen to like sweet wines in moderation. I love late harvest wines. There's a late harvest Sauvignon Blanc, a late harvest Rieslings are very easily found. The most affordable and approachable ones are from Washington State, actually. So you can purchase your late harvest Rieslings for around $12, $15. The ones, she's called Kung Fu Girl, Saint Chateau, Michelle makes a nice one for the price point. But yeah, I do love red wines, and I do like it with dark chocolate or milk chocolate. So yeah.
Oh, great. Well, thank you so much for being with us this evening. I was rapidly writing down chocolate names.
Email me anytime and ask anything. I always welcome emails. I always answer them quickly at redwine500@yahoo.com, redwine500. You're welcome to ask any questions about wine, chocolate, or just say hi. Tell me what you're drinking these days, how your Valentine's Day went. Tell me a little bit about that. But yeah, I do answer my emails, and I'm perfectly fine with people contacting me.
Great. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time. Again, you can find Wanda on Instagram at Classy Wine Art. You also can pick up a copy of her book at a Stark Library location, Wine with Wanda Photography. So hope you enjoyed this. Hope it got those taste palettes kind of going a little bit ahead of this Valentine's Day. And we look forward to seeing you at any of our events coming up, whether it's in person or it's here online. We hope you have a great night. Thanks so much for joining us.